Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all safe and healthy today, especially after this week. I hope you're all safe and healthy. Great glory and honor to the Father, Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth, the most high, of which there is none higher, nor any like him. Glory and honor to his name, and to his only begotten Son, the high priest of Israel, the soon returning King, and the prophet, Messiah Yahweh. Greetings in the name of the Father, Yahweh, and the Son, Messiah, Yahweh. Greetings also to the 12 tribes of Israel, of the Father, and of Messiah, that are now awakening to their God, Yahweh, and to Messiah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Greetings also to the 144,000, who are the forerunners of the return of Messiah and the establishment of the Messianic kingdom. Greetings also to the precious souls among the Gentiles that have received the truth of the Hebrews through the Messiah, Lion of the tribe of Judah, and the perfect righteousness given by the Father. Greetings and glory and honor to the Father, and greetings to you. Greetings also to entertainment, my brother, superstar, brother Baldy Thorpe, Imana Prakash, Lion of Judah, brother Mark, Castle King. Glad Castle King's wife is feeling better, and his mother-in-law has been found safe. Stephen Kelly, brother Naviska, praise the Most High for the brothers and sisters that have been praying for each other, as the Bible shows us we would. Praise the Most High. Now, we obviously, hey, Kazak, what's up? Obviously, today is Wednesday, and we're going to go into Raw Wednesdays, and the subject matter is pretty easy this week, pretty easy. It's Helene. We're going to talk about that and what it means biblically, what it means prophetically. But before I do, I had planned a week from this Shabbat evening, Saturday night actually, I had planned to have a, a Zoom call. I got a whole bunch of y'all responded, praise the Most High, for the Memorial Day weekend in May. And I got some ideas. I wanted to go over it with y'all, and I plan on doing it. That was for next week. That would have been the 12th of October. Just make sure I'm saying the right thing here. Yeah, the 12th of October. But I got a problem, and I want to bring it to y'all, my brothers and sisters, and because I'm a listen in prayer. I got a good friend of mine. His name is Ron Lumpin. Ron Lumpin. And I just found out this week that he has, there's this disease called ALS. It's Lou Gehrig's disease. I'm sure you all heard of it. It's a devastating disease, which they have no cure for. I'm going to see him next weekend. So I probably won't have the Bible study next week. I'm going to go see him. He's in Connecticut. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Ron Lumpin. I've known Ron Lumpin for 35 years. I met him. I was working my second job. I was a supervisor for the delivery of the Wall Street Journal in 1989. And our newspapers would be delivered at a building for the carriers to pick up the newspapers. I would be distributing the newspapers. I would also be doing the payroll. Ron Lumpin was a security guard at that same building, and we became friends. And Ron Lumpin, from that point, he was dreaming at that point, dark-skinned Hebrew brother, just got out the Army, no real formal education outside of high school. And he was trying to, and at that time, it was a bad recession in Connecticut. And he was so confident he was going to sell he was a real estate agent in the day, and he worked at the security guard at night. And I was working in the bank during the day and delivering the Wall Street Journal at night. And so we connected right away. Later on, he introduced me to Amway. If you have, if you ever try to get rich, you probably run into Amway. So he introduced me to Amway. That flung for both of us. But I learned from him character, fortitude. During the Amway process, it was him, his wife, and he has 3 children, but at that time, 2 of them was at home. And their electricity got cut off. And he lived, and his wife and his children, a whole year with no electricity in an apartment. And they used to literally drive a car where the radiator was tied to the front of the car. And they did that for a whole year. And then he finally gave up the Amway idea and he started doing cleaning, commercial cleaning for a company. Service Master was the name of the company. He was doing cleaning for Service Master. Now, Ron, he goes all in everything he does. That's one of the things I love about him. And he's a natural entrepreneur. So on his way from cleaning one day, he did that for about a year till he learned the business. On his way back from cleaning for Service Master, he just randomly stopped in another business and asked them if they needed cleaning service, and they did. So that was his first client. He ground and worked, and finally he got a contract for, it was a big bank. I forgot what bank it was. I think it was Bank of America, but he got a big bank that had 200 branches between Connecticut and Massachusetts, and he won the contract, and that set his whole business off. And for about 5 years, he was rolling that, and then that contract ended, but he parlayed it into a cleaning business. So he started with just one client and parlayed it into a cleaning business. And there was a lot of ups and downs, like me and him went through the different in our own lives, but we connected. And he's one of them brothers that you might not talk to him for years, but when you do connect, it's like you never not connected. You know what I'm saying? So once in a while, I look on Facebook, and I saw him in a wheelchair, and I immediately called him. And I said, Ron, and he could not talk. The disease, apparently he was diagnosed in 2020. So he's had this disease for 4 years. He could not talk. His wife, he was trying to talk, and he was telling me, you don't need to come rushing up here. I'll beat this thing. And that's Ron. And so I said, you know what, bro, I'm coming. So I told his wife, I'm going to be there next weekend. And I am. I'm going to visit him and spend the Shabbat with him next weekend. And so that's my brother. Please pray for him, Ron Lumpin, that the Most High's presence will be with him and with his wife, Karen. Beautiful people, man. Like I said, Ron Lumpin is probably I've never heard him have a bad attitude. His wife and him got together 36 years ago, about the year before I met him. I've never seen her ever disrespect her, no matter how low their situation got. I've never seen him ever disrespect her. He's always positive. I've never seen anybody as positive as him. With him, it's always like another day in paradise. No matter what it is, there's another day in paradise. And that's how he treats every day. So me and him have been tight and for a long time. And, I cried after I got off the phone with him. I couldn't take it. So I'm going down. I have to go up there. I'm going up there next weekend. I got a plane ticket that same night, and I gave them the flight arrangements. So I'm going up to Connecticut next weekend, next Friday. We probably won't have the Bible study next weekend, not this one. We're going to have it this one, but for the next weekend. And then the following weekend, the plan is to come back and have our Zoom call for the Memorial Day weekend. That's the plan going back, the week after next. So I'll remind you as we get closer. But I did get a number of responses for the Memorial Day weekend. I haven't gotten back to y'all yet. I'm going to get back to y'all, but I'm just starring each one so I know how many there are so far. So we will get to that. But yeah, we're going to talk now. This is the thing. Have y'all ever heard of people that will say, the Bible is full of parables and nothing is literal? Like I heard actually Malcolm X say that. And I've heard other like Nation of Islam type people say it. Now, let's take a look at, we looked at this actually last week, but we're going to look at it again today. Psalm 110. Psalm 110. Psalm 110. Psalm 110 is 7 verses long. It's a prophecy about the Messiah as the high priest and as the king, as a representative of the Father's power on earth. And so here in Psalm 110, we're going to begin at verse 1. Yahweh said unto my master, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth. Yahweh hath sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek. Yahweh at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore he shall lift up the head. This week, there have been entire towns wiped out. There are stacks of dead bodies in the mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. They have cadaver dogs finding the dead bodies. I saw in the news today, they said the stench is overwhelming from death. They asked the mayor of Asheville, North Carolina, I saw that today, how come you couldn't be more prepared for knowing that this storm was coming? She said the magnitude of this storm was such that we were preparing, but we couldn't, even if we couldn't have been that prepared for this storm, the magnitude of the storm that was coming. And so, brethren, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is the thing about truth. It's very simple, but it's very hard. It's very simple, not hard to understand, but it's very hard. It's like a hammer. That's the Most High said. His word is like a hammer. Okay? So, where was white Jesus? There were whole Christian towns up there. Y'all know, Hendersonville, North Carolina is a town that's known as a Seventh-day Adventist town. It's filled with Seventh-day Adventists. Whole town wiped out. Whole town wiped out. Sister Heather, y'all know Sister Heather Mercer and Brother Jeff Mercer. She called me this morning. She's okay. And look, she lives in that same area. She said everything around her is destroyed. And you know what happened? Her husband, Jeff, this is the thing. Brother Jeff, everybody has their gifts, right? Now, it was about, I would say it was at least 12 years ago. Brother Jeff said he wanted to buy some land in the hills of North Carolina. He was convicted that he wanted to sell. They had a house on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. That's when I met him. I baptized their whole family. This was a long time ago. This would have been around 2009. So around 2010 or 11, he wanted to sell everything he had, pay off all his debt, and buy land in the hills of North Carolina. And at that time, he was able to get several acres for about $6,000. What he did is they bought a double wide. See, with Brother Jeff, he is with his hands. He's like a carpenter, but carpenter doesn't really do him justice. He can turn a shack into a palace. He really can. And so he took that double wide that they paid cash for, paid off all their debt, and he built it into a house. Then he built a storage house next door. Then he wired the house for generators so that if the power went out, he would have power. And then he'd been impressed over the last couple of years, every week he would buy 5 gallons of gas till he filled up 60-gallon tank of gas. So when all of this is happening, he got water, he got power, and he got gas. In fact, Sister Heather called me and said, listen, if you know anybody else is in trouble, tell him we can help him. Everything around him. Talk about what we saw last week, what we read in Psalm 91. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. And she said, tell my Hebrew brothers and sisters, we're okay. That's what she said. She said, tell my Hebrew brothers and sisters, we're okay. And if anybody needs help, we can help them. The Most High prepared Jeff, and he built all that stuff. And now they got power, they got everything. And she said that the looting is out of control because people are desperate because people don't have no clean water, no food. And she said that people are dying because they can't get their medications. And there was people that's been hiking. This one dude the road was wiped out that led to where his mother lived. And he hiked 11 hours to get to her. I don't know if he found her, but but look, Brother Castle King, his mother-in-law, they couldn't reach her, right? Castle King, they couldn't reach her. She's okay, right? We prayed, the brothers prayed, they found her, she's okay. Praise the Most High. Let me tell you something, brother. White Jesus didn't help. That's the truth about it. And this, listen. I don't think any of them were raptured away. What you think? I don't think any of them white Jesus lovers were raptured away from this destruction that came upon them. I don't think so. I don't think so. See, all that theory, it ain't going to help you when this stuff comes, you know? It ain't going to help you when it hits the fan. Listen, right here, it also destroyed, like they said, Bradenton, Florida. Bradenton, Florida. Okay. I just read today, 90 to 95% completely destroyed. Bradenton, Florida is a pretty big town. 90 to 95% completely destroyed. Yeah. Brethren. So what are we saying? Let me tell you what's going to come out of this. This is not hard to predict. You can have three groups of people come out of this. There's going to be a class of people that's going to continue to think they can be their own God. Yep. And they can continue to get all the help from FEMA and everything they can and think they're going to go on in life and nothing going to happen. Number one, those one class. You're going to get a class of people that's going to get even harder after white Jesus, repenting in white Jesus and going to church and telling everybody to go to church. Then you're going to get a small class of people that's going to come to the truth. You're going to get a small remnant of people from the children of your fed, mostly, that's going to come to this truth. That's what's going to happen. Because, brethren, they turned, houses was floating down the street, brethren. 4 houses, not even talking about trailer home. 4 houses floating down the street like it was floating in a river. No joke. And the Most High said also, look here, Jeremiah chapter 25, Jeremiah chapter 20. We just did Psalms 110. Let's look at Jeremiah chapter 25. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, Jeremiah chapter 25, in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. Jeremiah chapter 25, notice what it says here. First, let me read verse 15 of Jeremiah chapter 25. And let's see. I'm going to start at verse 15. I'm going to read verse 16. Then he's going to go through a litany of countries. Then I'm going to skip all the way down to verse 28. Yep. Actually, I'm going to skip down to verse 27. 15 and 16, then I'm going to skip down to verse 27. Watch this. This is Jeremiah chapter 25. For thus saith Yahweh, Most High of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. So he tells Jeremiah, this is a vision, obviously, take this cup of wine and have all nations drink it. It's the cup of my fury. Verse 27. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the Most High of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. And it shall be that if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. For lo, I will begin to bring evil. I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. In other words, my people, which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished, ye shall not be unpunished. For I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Most High of hosts. But women, I bet you them people that just got hit in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and North Carolina, I bet you they know that can happen. I bet you they understand. Look what he said. He said, I'm going to send for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith Yahweh of hosts. Verse 30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, Yahweh shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For Yahweh hath a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yahweh. And thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth. And the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Right now, they are digging up dead bodies in all of the states, especially in North Carolina and Tennessee. They are digging up dead bodies from under mud and refuse from all of the destruction that came to those places. Dams burst, bridges was wiped out, and it's like I said, there have been entire towns that don't exist anymore. The reports that I read said it's going to take years to rebuild. And they said some towns are gone. They will never be rebuilt. They're gone. It's something else. Matter of fact, let me give you another witness. Zechariah. Zechariah is powerful. I mean, y'all, I'm sure many of you have read Zechariah. Zechariah is powerful, man. Zechariah is powerful. Now, in Zechariah, let's see. Okay. Zechariah was at the time of the rebuilding of Jerusalem and the temple. Like Haggai the prophet, Zechariah was also part of the rebuilding of the temple, right? And so, let me see. And in Zechariah, yes. So it's interesting. In Zechariah, right? The prophet spends a lot of time talking about this here. Joshua, the high priest, the son of Yasadak. And I always find this amazing. Joshua means Yahweh Shah. Joshua means Yah exists to save. It says Yah exists to save, the high priest, and Yosadak means Yahweh's righteousness. So it means Yah exists to save, the high priest of Yahweh's righteousness. Can you see Messiah here? It says Yah exists to save, the high priest of Yahweh's righteousness. And then the governor of the rebuilt city was Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel was the governor of the rebuilt city. And so the Most High is saying that, let me read it. So here is, let's see, and it's by the power of his spirit. And it starts off in Zechariah 3, talking about the robe and the mitre that's placed on the head of the high priest Joshua, right? And then it goes into chapter 4, and it talks about the 2 olive trees with the oil coming into them. Okay, so let's look at this. This is Zechariah chapter 4, verses 1 to 7. Watch this. Zechariah chapter 4, verses 1 to 7. And the angel that talked with me came again and waked me as a man that is wakened out of his sleep, and said unto me, what seekest thou? And I said, I have looked, and behold, a candlestick, all of gold, with a bowl upon the top of it, and his 7 lamps thereof, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps, which are upon the top thereof, and 2 olive trees by it, one upon the right side of the bowl, and the other upon the left side thereof. So I answered and spake unto the angel that talked with me, saying, what are these, my Lord? Then the angel that talked to me answered and said unto me, knowest thou not what these be? And I said, no, my Lord. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, this is the word of Yahweh to Zerubbabel, saying, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith Yahweh of hosts. The oil is representing Father Yah's spirit into the lamps and the olive trees. Look what it say here. Verse 7. Who art thou, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, grace, grace unto it. In other words, people that mess with Zerubbabel are going to catch the wrath such that even Zerubbabel going to say, have grace, have mercy on them. Like we're saying, Father, have mercy on these people in North Carolina, in Tennessee, in Georgia, in South Carolina, and in Florida, because they're catching the wrath. Let's keep reading. Verse 9. The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house. His hands shall also finish it, and thou shalt know Yahweh of hosts hath sent me unto you. For who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice, and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. And they are the eyes of Yahweh, which run to and fro through the whole earth. Watch this. Then answered I and said unto him, what are these 2 olive trees upon the right side of the candlestick and upon the left side thereof? And I answered again and said unto him, what be these 2 olive branches, through which the golden pipes empty the golden oil out of themselves? And he answered and said to me, knowest thou not what these be? And I said, no, my Lord. Then he said, these are the 2 anointed ones that stand by Yahweh of the whole earth, the 2 anointed ones. In other words, we know about 2 witnesses, but we know about 2 witnesses, right? 2 witnesses, Moses, Elijah. What else? What else are 2 witnesses? The 2 anointed ones that actually stand by the Most High, the whole earth, that represent the power that where the oil comes from. The 2 witnesses. It's not Old and New Testament either, because there was no Old and New Testament. So what is it? What stands by the Most High, the whole earth? No, don't guess. You know it. You don't have to guess. The Bible tells you. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess. Where the 144,000 received the power of the 2 witnesses. Superstar say what? Superstar say what? Superstar say what? What sits by the Father in the most holy place? Superstar, what was that? Superstar, what was that? What sits by the Father in the most holy place as witness? What is it? That's right. Let's go to Numbers. Superstar say what? Let's go to Numbers. Let's see here. Numbers. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to say, I think it's chapter 12. No, it wasn't chapter 12. Wait a minute, wait. Sometimes when I'm in a real rush, it's right in front of me. Right in front of me. And I can't even see it. Like it's right in front of me. Numbers chapter 17. Numbers chapter 17. Numbers chapter 17. Numbers chapter 17. Numbers 17. I'm going to begin at verse 1 and go down to verse 10. Numbers chapter 17. Watch this now. Number 17, verses 1 to 10. Remember he said the 2 anointed ones, right? 2 witnesses, right? Numbers chapter 17, verses 1 through 10. Notice what it says. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod, according to the house of their fathers. Of all their princes, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod, and thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi. For 1 rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one, according to their fathers' houses, even 12 rods. The rod of Aaron was among their rods. And Moses laid the rods before Yahweh in the tabernacle of witness. Do you notice the name? He laid the rods before Yahweh, before the testimony, before the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow, Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded before the buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. And Moses brought out the rods from before Yahweh unto the children of Israel, and they looked, and took every man his rod. And Yahweh said unto Moses, bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony, to be kept for a token against the rebels, and thou shalt quite take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. One more from Moses, Exodus chapter 34. Exodus chapter 34. Watch this. Beginning at verse 27 and going down to verse 29. Exodus chapter 34, 27 to 29. It's only 3 verses. Exodus 34, 27 to 29. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, write thou these words. For after the tenor of these words, I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. And he was there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. And it came to pass when Moses came down from the mount with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand. When he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with them. So it's all together, brother. It's the 2 tables of the covenant, which are the 2 tables of witness, which are a representation of the Father, which is a representation of the power of his Spirit, which is a representation of the 2 witnesses, even Moses and Elijah, which is a representation of the power that will come on the 144,000. It's all one thing. It all is together. See? So the 2 olive trees are the 2 anointed ones, the 2 tables of the covenant that are anointed, because that's the Father's power and his Spirit. Praise the Most High. And then that's what he said, isn't it? Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit. And again, when you look at the seventh trumpet, notice the 7th trumpet. And this is after the 6th trumpet, which is Revelation chapter 11, where he talks about the 2 witnesses. What's the last thing he shows in the 7th trumpet? Notice the last thing that is shown in the 7th trumpet is this. Revelation chapter 11, verse 19. Tell me what is being shown here. Please read it. Revelation chapter 11, verse 19. Tell me what you're seeing here in Revelation chapter 11, verse 19. The last thing that's shown in the 7th trumpet, which is the last trumpet. Okay? Revelation chapter 11, verse 19. Ready? And the temple of Yahweh was opened in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament. And there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. That's it says the temple was opened in heaven so that everybody could see. That's right. It was the Ark of the Covenant. What's inside the Ark of the Covenant? What's in there? It's called the Ark of the Covenant. What the Ark is what contains what's in it. The Ark itself is a box. That's the Ark. That's right. Inside the Ark of the Covenant is the 2 tables of the covenant. The same two tables Moses held in his hand, same 2 tables that were called the tabernacle of witness, same 2 witnesses. So you got the witness. Why are they witnesses? And it all works as one. See, we don't need this. It's all one. For example, the covenant, the two tables, are they not a witness of Yah to us of who he is, and in the covenant with him, between him and us, the two tables of the covenant are a witness, right? Okay. They're also represent, the Messiah is a representation of the word. He is the word made flesh. The word is the word of the two tables of the covenant. That's the word made flesh. Messiah is a witness of his Father. He is a witness of his Father's character, and he's without sin, which means he's in line. He's one with the covenant in the two tables of witness. See? Praise the Most High. And so Moses is also in line and a witness, and is Elijah, and is the 144,000. Right? So you see it all comes together. The Father's Spirit, the oil, the candlesticks, and the two olive trees. It all comes together. It's all together. Package. The whole package. Praise the Most High. Now, here, with respect to these disasters. And by the way, did y'all hear that there might be another storm coming in the Gulf of Mexico, like this week? Did y'all see that? That they were saying that there's another storm brewing. Now, they don't know if it's going to be a bad storm. They don't know if it's going to be just a, they don't know if it's going to be a, what do you call that? What do you call that? A regular storm, a heavy storm, a hurricane. They don't know. See, they don't know. Yeah, right? So we don't even know. And it's right after this one. Right after. Brethren, the Most High is showing us, right? We understand. What do we understand that most of the people don't understand? We understand what time it is. Listen, I was looking for, any of y'all see the new moon yet? I ain't seen it. Y'all see the new moon yet? I've been looking for it. Because this is the 7th month. I'm waiting to blow my horn. This is the 7th month. I'm waiting to blow my horn. Any of y'all seen it yet? I mean, it's been cloudy where I'm at. I haven't been able to see it. Any of y'all see it? It should come up in the south. I haven't seen it. Okay, I haven't seen it either, Brother Lund. I haven't seen it. I'm looking for it because this is the 7th month. This is the 7th month. This is the 7th month, and we done finished the half a year. Now we got 3 more years to 2027. 3 more till 2027, when the power of the Spirit is coming. And it's soon going to be all over. Very shortly, brethren. After that, not that much time left. Another 3 years. 3.5, 4 years at the most. That's it. And so it's here now. See, if we know what time it is, most people have no idea what time it is. For this destruction right here, I'm waiting to hear what the Christians got to say about it. I am. I'm waiting to hear what they got to say. Because where was their God? Where was white Jesus? How come they didn't get raptured away before this happened? All them rapture people. Something happened. There is a Most High. So why did he allow this? See, brethren, you know what? One thing, because of the media in the United States, right? Because of the media in the United States, the majority of the people of the United States live in a false reality. And that's why, we have to be careful about paying, don't pay too close attention to entertainment. Don't get too caught up in it, because it's just leading people to be in a false reality. And even like just a week ago or so, a lot of the brothers helped me with this this sister that's a widow in Africa. See, that for people, there's millions of people like her in Africa, in the Philippines, in Thailand, in Mexico. There's millions of people. El Salvador. There's millions of people that are struggling like her. But in the United States, they have no clue. No clue of what's going on. No clue. And we live in a false reality. And the false doctrines of religions lock people in to the false reality. They have no idea what's about to hit them. They have no idea what's coming. Just like what happened this week. They knew that a hurricane was coming, but nobody knew this level of destruction. Even though they knew it was coming, they could not. And that's what several people said that though. Even though we knew it was coming, there's no way we could have been prepared for what actually hit us. Brethren, that's the story of end time prophecy, brethren. That's the story of end time prophecy. That's the story. That's the story. See, we know what's coming, and we're praying that the Most High keep us in that time, because we know it's going to be hell to pay. Okay, people talk about, raise your hand and go to heaven or go to hell, but they don't know that between heaven and hell, there's stuff like Helene. There's fires. Y'all remember just about a year or two ago what happened there in Hawaii? Remember that? That fire that came through there too? Brethren, that's not even including the earthquakes, the tornadoes, the monsoons, the typhoons. They don't see what's coming. Even if a man told them, they won't see it. So, brethren, like Brother Castle King's mother-in-law, we need to pray for our families, for people that we know that are out there. Look, the Most High will deliver and protect. But we got to pray for them, brother. We got to pray because it's coming. It's here. It's here. Yes. So we have to really pray that that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. It shall not come nigh thee. Look at Sister Heather and Brother Jeff. They in the middle of it. Nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them. They got food. They got water. They got power. Nothing happened to them. Okay? The Most High protected them in the midst of that, where whole towns was wiped out. Nearby them, whole towns was wiped out. She said east of her, there's nothing left. Everything is destroyed. Yeah, brother. Let us wake up. We are blessed because we know what time it is. There's people now, they're just finding out. The hard way. They're just finding out. Okay? The hard way. For real. Okay? They have to now try to build roads and bring heavy equipment because the roads all wiped out. The lady that does the mayor of Asheville, she said they have one road left that goes into that city. And they're trying to clear it out to get supplies to them because the people are starving to death and dying, don't have their medications, don't have no water, don't have no clean water. Yeah, there was sundown towns destroyed. Lots of sundown towns wiped out. Yep, that did happen. That did happen. Yep. It's a wake-up call. Like I said, I believe that there's a remnant of children of Yafet in that scenario that's going to come to the truth. There's going to be a remnant of them that's going to come to the truth. Praise the Most High. Well, may the Most High bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Please remember my brother Ron Lumpin in prayer. As I said, and as we get closer to the week after next, I will remind you about the Zoom call we would have. It'll be the 19th. It'll be Saturday night, October 19th, the Zoom call. And so we'll have that. Praise the Most High, Yah. Yeah, double honor to the Father, Yah, brother, because like I know that you blessing, man, you blessing, but double honor to the Father, Yah, none to me. All honor, all glory, all praise to the Father, Yahweh. And we can't wait to cast our crowns at his feet and at the feet of Messiah Hawashah. Praise the Most High. Until we meet again, brethren. Shalom.